new phone, so I can actually do YouTube videos. Finally, it took forever. If y'all hear my phone ring, it's because I just posted a video on Snapchat and these boys is wildin' because they shook. So, I'm gonna just play this in the background. But today, we're gonna talk about healing from, actually, I'm not gonna say healing from, I'm gonna say learning how to love yourself, because it's not necessarily just healing from like the shit that you've been put through or that I've been put through as a woman. But I think this could go for men too, but men are a little bit different than women. So like, I've only had like two real, actual, like real life relationships that I've been in. And the first one was shit. The second one was better, and I found like a good person. We just weren't like, what we ran into was real, and we both kind of were just like, what the fuck? Like, we had already been fucked over once, so we didn't know how to treat each other. So we're working on it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with my eyelashes? There, kind of. Okay. So, but the first one, I was traumatized from it. What the fuck? I'm pissed because this one looks better than this one. Anyway, I was traumatized from it because he put his hands on me. He was always talking to hoes. Like, I always found shit in his phone. It was just like a lot of bullshit. Some shit I should never have to have put up with. One, and then two, I had a child with him. She wasn't planned, but once I found out I was pregnant, like when you find out that you're pregnant, your mindset changes. Well, either your mindset changes or it doesn't. So for me, my mindset changed, but for him, it didn't really change. For him, he was just like, whatever, I'm having a kid, so what? Like, he was fucked up about it, but he wasn't like, okay, now we gotta be in grind mode. Like, I was like, fuck it. Like, I worked my whole pregnancy. I worked till the weekend, before I had my child. The day or two, before I had my child, that's what I was doing. Working, literally, like working, stalking, pulling pet pallets, like all this shit that I was not supposed to be doing. A lot of toxic shit happening. It was a very bad relationship. I would never, ever, ever go back to that shit. But I feel like it's really important to take time after a breakup to actually heal yourself and like learn how to love yourself and be comfortable in your own skin, because I didn't know who I wanted to be as a person. Both of those relationships, I moved into places with them, and like basically I became to a certain extent dependent on them to make sure like my bills were paid and stuff. Well, not for the first one, but the second one, I somewhat was dependent on him to make sure that the bills were paid and stuff. And I became emotionally dependent, definitely, on both of them. Which, one, I feel like is too big of a responsibility to put on someone else, to be like, to make sure that you're emotionally stable, because no one can live up to that. No one can do that. And it's very hard to realize that that's what you're doing. But once you do, it's not easy to fix. I'm not even gonna lie and pretend that it is, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to fix. It takes time, and it takes like dedication, and you having to realize like what you're doing that's wrong. So that's difficult. But once you get past that, like, I'm me now, and anybody could say whatever, and I really don't care anymore. I'm just like, cool, like, okay. Like, people talking about my teeth. Yep, I have teeth that look fucked up right now. I have I forgot what the fuck it's called right now. Right now, one of my back teeth. That's why, see, my face is a little bit swollen, because one of my back teeth is fucked up right now. It needs to get pulled literally next week. I forgot what it's called. I hate that I forgot what it's called. Anyway, I had to take time, like with my second breakup for sure, to heal from the first breakup, because I went from the first breakup and I went right into another relationship. I didn't take time for myself. I didn't take time for my kid. I didn't take time to heal from the traumatization that I had been through. Like, he put his hands on me. He choked me while I was holding my child. He drove with me on top of the car while I was pregnant. I mean, like, it was just a lot. It was a whole lot. It was more than I could even explain, like, all in one video. It would take days and hours and years, and just, it would take a long time. And I I was traumatized so much to the point where some of it I have blocked out, so I don't remember all of it. There's gaps in my memory. Even going back to my childhood, there's just been shit. Like, my life has not been the best life. It hasn't been the worst life. There's people who have had it worse than me, and that's a big thing that you have to realize too, is that, like, yes, you go through hard times, but it could be worse. So be happy and be glad that, you are not worse, because you could be worse. And always remember that you're going to bounce back. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, you may not feel wonderful every moment of the day, but you are going to bounce back and you are going to be okay. If you keep that in your mind, keep a positive attitude, you will literally be okay. Even if you keep a negative attitude, you'll eventually be okay. It just won't be as easy because you're fucked up by it. So try to just chill and just be like, I'm good. I'm going to be all right. We're going to figure this shit out. Because what's the point of stressing over it if you can't even change it? Like, stressing and worrying about some shit is not going to change it. It's not going to make it any better. It's not going to make it any worse. It's not going to change anything. Even if you sit there and you stress and worry to the point where you find a solution, what if that solution doesn't work? I'm not saying don't look for a solution. I'm just saying don't stress and worry about something that you really can't change in the end, that you have to, it's not even that you can't change it. If it's something that takes time to change, you can't rush that. And I had to learn that lesson so many times before I actually learned it. I had to go through that lesson so many times before I actually learned it. Just let the things that take time. Chill. And my second boyfriend tried to tell me that, but I didn't want to listen. Still don't like listening. I'm stubborn as fuck, and so was he. And we was both right about shit in our relationship, but that was one thing he was right about. Whatever. But I did have to learn that lesson, and God had told me, I can take him away from you. I literally, it just hit me in my head one day, and he was like, I can take him away from you, because you don't want to listen. And I was like, okay, God, I'm going to listen, but I was lying. And God knew. God ain't stupid. God knew I was lying. And he was like, okay, that's fine. And he took him away from me. And I still ain't got the nigga back yet. But he keeps telling me to wait for him, so we'll have an update in a couple of years to see if it actually happened. But during that time, because we broke up in October, I had my baby in October, he left the first week. During that time, I had to learn how to love myself, as well as cater to two children, one which was a week old. I had to learn a whole new child who didn't really know me. They knew me, they knew who I was, but we didn't know, because she's fat, she want to be fed all the time. I didn't know that. I had to learn. You have to learn, you constantly have to learn about people and about your child and everything. So, I had to do that and then learn how to love myself, because I had never took the time to actually love myself and take time to worry about me. I was always worried about somebody else. And if you don't even love yourself, how do you expect someone else to love you? People say that so much. I've heard it so many times, and I've heard it in songs. I've heard people say it. If you don't love you, how is someone else supposed to love you? And it's literally facts. If you don't love you, how is someone else supposed to love you? You don't even know shit about you. You don't know what you like. You don't know what you want. You have to sit down and figure out what you want from your life, not from a person. Because if you put all that on one person, or on any person, on multiple people, you're still not going to be happy. You need to figure out what you want for your life, what you want to do, the things you want to accomplish. And then, once you do that, you can't skip the process. You have to do that. Then you have to figure out how you're going to do it. Set goals up. Figure that shit out. And then after you get to that point that you want to be, that's when you worry about a relationship. Because if you're not even where you want to be, you didn't even give yourself time to get where the fuck you want to be at, and you want to try to get into a relationship. A relationship complicates so many things. So many things. And I know everyone's like, they push the relationship goals. Now it's friends with benefits and shit. Everyone's going to feel a type of way. But who's paying your bills? Who? Because I'm the one who pays bills for this house. My account is $200 in the negative right now because I pay bills for this house. So quite frankly, another person hating does not have shit to do with me, because you just mad. But I'm the one who pays the bills. So your hate or your love is not going to pay my bills. So if you're not going to affect my life in a way that's going to push me 10 steps forward, why am I going to let you fuck with me? Not I'm talking about females, I'm talking about men, I'm talking about anybody. I'm just saying, why would you let somebody affect your life that's not even putting anything into it? especially if they're trying to put negativity into it. For what? For what? For what? So I had to learn how to take time for me because I used to not even shop for me. I shopped for my kids and I shopped for whoever I was with. I never went clothes shopping. I had the same clothes for both pregnancies. The only new things I got were like something somebody gave me or something. Like I didn't. Right now I have one pair of tennis shoes. I don't shop for me. I don't know why. I just never have been comfortable shopping for me, and I'm working on it still. Like to this day, I still work on because I mean clearly I need to have more pairs of tennis shoes than just one. I'm not really a tennis shoes person, but I mean I like some. I just don't buy them for me because once I go to the store, I'm like, no. But then when I go hit the kids section, I'm like, run it up. I'm finna run this bitch up. What? I'm finna run this bitch up for my kids. Like, y'all gonna be fucked up. Like I said, 2020 is for my kids. But I do have to learn, like, to take mommy time. Like, today my kids are at daycare and I'm off. They have to go to daycare. But still, like, I could have chose to go into work. But I do need my time because if I'm not mentally stable and I'm not okay as a person and I'm not, like, I don't have to be perfect. But if I'm not at least, like calm enough to be like, okay, I'm good. Like, if I don't take time for me, I can't take care of my kids correctly. And that's more important than anything in the world because those are your kids. Like, I want to raise kids that I can spit into society that are going to take care of themselves, that are going to be responsible, that are going to be good human beings for me to put into society, you know, not kids that are going to be fucking assholes and brats and not know how to pay bills and not know shit about life. They just be like, what the fuck? Because I was like, what the fuck? And I got myself into a lot of shit. And I'm still having to recover from that shit. But I feel like self-love really does play into, like, who you are as a person. Because there's a lot of things, like, I'm young, I'm 20, and I have 2 kids. Was that in my plan? Was that in my goal? No, not really. My goal was a little bit different, but I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do. I didn't sit down and make a goal, like a clear plan and a goal and what I wanted to do. I never thought I was going to go to college. I never thought I was going to have the opportunities that I did have, so when I did get them, I fucked them up. Because I didn't think I was going to get them and I didn't know what to do with them. I never had been trained for what to do with them. And that's not necessarily anyone else's fault because I could have looked into it too. But I just didn't. I take responsibility for my own actions. I didn't look into it. I didn't take care of it. I didn't cherish it when I had it. So I had to learn. I'm having to learn now how to take care of the opportunities that I'm given. How to love the things that used to not be that important to me. Because when you move into your own shit, baby, the neighbors don't give a fuck if you get kicked out. Sorry. Somebody will be new in there next month and they probably won't even remember who the fuck you are in 6 months. Okay? Landlord gonna still get a check. Baby, you're not gonna fuck him off that much. He just gonna clean up the bitch and rent it to somebody else. So you gotta figure that shit out. And self-love is like with that too, because if you don't even know who you are or what you want, how do you expect to like go through life and not know shit about your own self? Like, you the one who's walking around not knowing about you, not knowing what you like. And yes, you do have to try things, which is scary as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm trying to die and shit. But like, you do have to learn how to love yourself and worry about you, and that's what I'm doing now. Like, I've been single for 5 months, and I am happy. I'm actually happy. I'm actually not worried about who I'm gonna get in a relationship next with, or when I'm gonna be in my relationship again, or any of that. I'm worried about my kids, and I'm worried about stacking money, and I'm worried about trying to buy a house next year, and I'm worried about trying to make sure my rent is paid, and I can put money up, and I can buy this and do this with my kids and get a car and all this shit. Like, I got a lot of plans. I'm not worried about when the next time I'm gonna get fucked is, or when the next nigga who gonna be laying in the bed with me is, or when we gonna be together, when I'm gonna get a ring or some shit. Like, all right, cool, but do you got the same goals as me? You gonna push me to do better? Like, you gotta you gotta want to do the same things I'm doing. We gotta align our goals together. So like, if you're not putting yourself in the same shoes that I'm putting myself in to try to get to the next level, like, why are we doing this? So I feel like I'm too young right now, being 20 years old, to be looking for like a forever relationship because, like, yes, it's possible. My parents did it, but their life was hard. They had 4 kids, very young. My dad just now went to college and got out of college and has a degree. Like, me and 2 of my other siblings are already out the house. They only have 1 kid left in the house now. And yes, that's great for them because now they have their own money and they don't have to worry about spending it on kids, but their life was hard. Hard as fuck. And I don't want to be like that. I want to, like, secure myself before my kids can notice that mama's struggling, that mama don't got all her shit together, that mama's still working on it. Now, mama always gonna be working on it, but mama wanna own a house. Mama wanna be able to come and not have to pay rent. Mama wanna pay a mortgage. Mama wanna own her car. Mama wanna be able to pay all her bills on time. Mama wanna be able to build her credit up. Mama wanna be able to do all the shit mama's supposed to be doing, but mama not really able to do right now. Mama wanna live in a spacious, more than 1-bedroom house. Mama working on it. To be honest, mama working on it. But sometimes you have to be here. You have to learn how to manage this little bit right here before you can manage this big shit right here. So we right here right now, learning how to love ourselves, learning how to put this shit into our kids, learning how to invest money, learning how to build our credit, learning how to pay off debt, learning how to fucking get a car and take care of a car, maintenance a car, and pay all the things that come with that, because it's not just a car, baby. It comes with insurance, it comes with registration, it comes with oil changes and fucking checkups and alignments and tires and shit. It's not just a car, you know, just get in the car and drive it every day. You know, everyone makes it look like that. You know, it's a lot of stuff that comes with having a house, having a car, having kids. And it's so much easier if you learn how to love yourself before all of that comes, because it's a whole lot harder to give yourself your own time when you got kids to worry about too. But, so that's the end of my rant. So y'all go like, subscribe, and comment on the videos. Any comments that y'all have, any opinions that y'all have. But keep that hate away, because I'm not with that shit. Like, and the drama, keep that shit away, because you're not getting my time of day, baby. I don't have no time. I'm trying to get money, and I'm trying to love my kids and myself. So if it's not one of them 3 things, you gotta go. But add me on Snapchat. My Snapchat is babycakes-k. Baby, BABYCAKES, cakes-k. And then my Twitter and my Instagram are the same. It's _K exclusive __ KXCLUSIVE _DN. So go like my shit. I don't be getting on Instagram or Twitter that much, so I really highly recommend you to go on Snapchat. I also have a live me. I will post all this in the bio so that y'all can actually look at it and see like what it is. But that's all. The end. See y'all in the next video.